Alright, let's just jump right into it. We are recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta's last night episode, season 10, episode 14, Barcelona breakdown. Let's go. Day 2 in Barcelona begins with breakfast for all the girls together. Let me grab this water. Breakfast for all the girls together where they kind of just sit down and basically just talk about the night before and Kim's video. Kim's video that was sent out to everybody, and the charade know she had it, and just blah 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 blah. Picking at Portia. Marlo was on Portia from the start of the day, just being messy. But they did show scenes that were not shown to us, but they do have footage of it. Was basically a 3 a.m. twerk fest that they had that kind of brought all the girls back together. Twerking is magical. And they really thought that they were going to get off on a good foot for the trip because they all twerked together the night before. Candy mentions at the breakfast that, you know, she wondered what kind of level Marlo is going to be on with her today, because, you know, her and Marlo have this back and forth that's really stupid and tacky. They talk about the Roach video. Eva. So Eva is really quiet as a cast member. She kind of just watches, assesses situations. She's learning the dynamics of the group. Even though I still think she messy as hell for doing that stuff at the party, on the way to the party, and then coming and tell Cynthia about Will. I realized that she's trying to play double dutch. She's trying to get in where she fit in and just jump into it. She gets it cracking with Shamia and basically told her, I know everybody's trying to get to know me, but that sexuality question was way out of line and out of pocket. You talking about some stuff you read, but that was not here in Barcelona on this trip with us. And Shamia tried to give it back to her. Eva shut her down, was like, look, if I speak about it, then you know it's okay for us to talk about. But just because you bring out some stuff out your mouth don't mean that I have to respond to it, because my boyfriend is running for mayor. I don't want all this sexuality and stuff coming out and being a problem for him, which I completely understand because it's improper. I'm just looking at my notes. So this whole breakfast happens without Nene, just the girls. Nene finally comes down to the table and lets everybody know that she's moving them to a hotel later today, and they can leave Villa Victoria. And everybody is super excited about it because and she took a dig at Cynthia. She's like, you know, I know Cynthia does everything on a bargain. But we got to get out of here. It's Meal doing all kinds of mess. So that was kind of funny. So they can't check in till later. So until then, they're going to go ride some go-karts through Barcelona. They get on the bus ride, and Cynthia starts talking about her 50-cent bucket list, the little game that she created for them to play while they're in Barcelona. That if you don't hashtag on Instagram, you really didn't do it. But they gave Marlo credit for her twerk, because I guess she out-twerked everybody at the little twerk party at 3 a.m., which, I mean, it's Marlo. I know Marlo got some moves. Marlo out here working these daddies. I believe she got plenty of moves. Cynthia still's talking about this crossing over to the lady pond, and she wants to kiss a lady, and she wants it to be Candy, and Candy's like, not here, not I said to fly. But Portia volunteers, and we already know Portia gets down. So Cynthia kisses Portia and tries to tongue Portia. So it was very lighthearted. Everybody's in the bus laughing and having a good time. They get the go-karts, these little yellow three-wheel things that look like cars, but it's just a little trike type of thing. Everybody's having a good time. Portia is speeding and forgets that the brakes are up here. She thinks she's driving a car because it looks like a car. The only pedal on the floor is gas. The brakes you have to squeeze like a bike. She crashes. She crashes into the go-kart in front of her, which just so happened to be staff of the go-kart company. So they just switched her out. She swore up and down that she was hitting the brake, and nothing would happen. She was hitting the gas thinking it was the brake. That's how she slammed into that guy. We've all done it before. Then they go to some kind of like open air market for dinner. And they start talking about Kim, and they call Sheree out on the fact that she had this video of the roaches before it came out to everybody else, and she knew about it. And is Sheree going to speak to Kim about what happened? And Sheree, is like, she don't stand up for anything really. And so she basically just says, look, I'm only going to talk to Kim, which she will not do. She's only going to talk to Kim about her delivery, but she will not talk to Kim about Brielle, because talking about people and their children is a line she won't cross. She doesn't want anybody talking to her about her kids. But it's really just a way for Sheree to skirt around the issue, because it's all Sheree's fault. If Sheree hadn't been the bone carrier and called Kim and told her everything verbatim that Nene said, this issue wouldn't even been a thing. I don't know. I'm not liking Sheree this season at all. This bone carrier thing is really stupid and trashy. The girls go crazy, and Marlo continues to pick at Portia. And you know how Portia is. Portia is like the bear in the zoo. And if you got a pool cue and you just keep poking at the bear gonna try to get you. He's coming. And she finally got Portia in that space. But this time, Portia had her fan that she kept, I think it's a fan around here somewhere. She got her fan that she kept opening up, and she would close it and point it at Marlo's face. But it took us all back to the scepter that Kenya had, that she was pointing at Portia, and she was pointing at Portia, and Portia went off. Just like snatched it, threw it down. That's what created their fight. So now she has something that's, instead of a scepter, it's a fan, but she's also aiming it in Marlo's face. And Marlo snatched that shit up out her hand and was like, no, you ain't gonna be going in. And then they got up and they got into this big skirmish. And kind of course, puts a damper on the day that started off kind of well, and then it falls all apart. They all go back to Villa Victoria, where Portia has decided she's flying back to the States. She's not here for all the drama and not here for being picked on. And Nene tells her straight up, she's like, Portia, if you just went out and talked to this whole entire group and just owned where you messed up with Candy and just own your stuff, then they wouldn't have it to constantly pick at you with. But Portia can't do it. Yes, she went and said something to Candy, but it affected the whole group. And she does need to own it in a bigger way so that people understand that she realizes the severity of the lie she helped to spread. And I don't think she really gets that. Or if she does get it, she just is too within self to even see where she could have really been wrong. Even though it was Phaedra's lie and Phaedra's concocted story, Portia helped to spread it, which is not good on either direction. But you know, she helped her to get that whole thing out there. She's never fully owned it. And Cynthia, Nene was right. You know, she told her, like, you got to own that, and then it'll take all the power out of it for anybody who wants to pick with you about it. Then the bus comes to get them and all their bags and stuff to take them to the hotel. Portia does not get on this little bus, and then they all wonder where's Portia, and the episode goes off. I'm telling y'all, I want a new cast. I want a new cast. Like, give me at least 5 new girls. Take out 5. Take out Sheree for sure. Take out Portia for sure. Take out Nene. I'm tired of Nene and her self-importance. Take Nene out. I think you can leave Candy. Take Kim completely out of the equation. And I'm missing someone. Did I say Sheree? Nene, Portia, Candy, Sheree. Just take out all those people and start over. Keep Eva, keep Marlo, keep Candy. Get like 3 or 4 new girls that we don't know anything about. Get Lisa Wu to come back. I loved Lisa Wu. Get Lisa Wu to come back and let's see what her life is like today. But this group of girls is just, it's not doing it for me anymore. And I'm pretty sure that in some respects, viewership has changed a lot because people are really not connected anymore. It doesn't feel fresh. We need some fresh new faces and some fresh stories. So I'll see y'all for the next recap.